Hey, what's up, guys? My name is Cameron Gallagher from We Are Film, and today I am very excited to talk to you guys about how to copy over your footage as safely as possible. Now, us filmmakers obviously have to wrangle tons of data and do so safely. Obviously, we need to make sure that we're copying footage over correctly, and we are making sure all our footage is there in its glory. So I made a video a couple of years ago about Hedge, and if you don't know what this is, Hedge is basically a software that does a checksum transfer. So it basically is made for video and photo and really any media, and it's made to copy files over and confirm that bit for bit those files have been transferred. It's also great for things like simultaneous backup, so you can back up to multiple different drives. And there's a lot of things about presets that I want to talk about that are very, very exciting. Obviously, this is a Netflix certified thing, which is really cool. So yeah, I want to talk about using Hedge as a copying software, but I also want to talk about its kind of like cousin software, FoolCat, and why this is awesome. And it's one of the coolest combos because it's just mind-boggling. And if you're not using this, like, I'm not kidding. Hedge has nothing to do with this video. I bought both of these with my own money. It has just been like a game changer. So, of course, if you are like me, you probably originally started by just like copying and pasting things from your SD card. And again, that's not great because something can go wrong. So I'm going to close OBS so you're not in infinite loop here. And I'm going to show you what Hedge does. So I have Hedge open right here. And I also have FoolCat. I'm going to show you that in a second. And I have a folder here called Media I made. And we're going to pretend like we're going to put a bunch of stuff in here. So as you can see, Hedge has kind of all of these discs. So these are all of the discs that are attached. These are all our NAS, which is why they got the little people holding hands. And these are some cards. So we have our Mix Pre, and we have this A035, which is our Ursa, and then we have this Sony. So I am going to move the Sony over. I'm going to call this Sony. So the basic idea is that these are your sources, these are your destinations, and you pretty much just drag and drop. So like you can see what I just did. I just dragged it in. I can rename them if I wanted to. And of course I could add multiple different places. So if I wanted to add another spot over here, actually, you know what? I'm also going to bring in this no name, which is our lav microphone. So I'm going to click lav. Cool. So what I would normally do is just click add transfer, and it's going to copy all of these cards to this area, and it is going to just copy them in their entirety. But there's something that I want to talk to you about Hedge that I think is a game changer, and that is presets. So I want to explain something by showing you the Mix Pre 3 for a second here. So if I go to the Mix Pre 3 as a card, you can see that this is what the Mix Pre 3's kind of like hierarchy of folders is. You have like the date, the settings folder, the sound dev folder, trash, and undo. Now, it's very annoying because what ends up happening is every time you copy these cards over, you get all of these folders along with it. So you constantly have folders within folders within folders, and there's like TXT files in one of these, like this TXT file. So you're getting this TXT file and all this stuff, and it's very annoying because you just want to have the media, and you don't want to have a bunch of folders that your computer has to compute while sort of moving through them. So Hedge is smart. And if you go up to preferences, they made this thing called organize, this little page where you can create presets. So I have a preset called default where everything is as is, but then I have this one called flatten with date, source, and file. So what this does is on this first line, I put do not copy XML, bin, and TXT folders. So this is files that are basically irrelevant. I don't want to say irrelevant because they're not irrelevant, but we don't need them when we bring them in. Ignore bundles. You could ignore specific, kind of like things. One thing I like to do is I checked on the ignore folders, all flatten folders. So this means that instead of having all of those folders, all of our files will just be in one, like as if they just copied over. Or you could do when empty, so it could still keep some other folder hierarchies. You can auto label these. I don't use any right now, but what is really handy is this rename files. Now, at first I was a little bit skeptical because I thought, well, I don't want to rename a bunch of files. But then I thought, wait a second. if I add the year, the month, and the day, which is the way that we typically organize a lot of our projects by year, month, and day, and then add the source name, so this would be the card, so like in this case it would be Sony or Lav or AO35, and then the file name, I will forever be able to find files based on the day it was shot, the source name, and the file name. So this keeps it really, really organized. And of course, there's a bunch of other stuff down here. So like file year, file month, second, day, hour. You can add more. And this is super handy. And now I also added these underscores, so it was just kind of neat. You can create folders, and then you can also change the counter on this. So this is what I call the, this is my preset. And then I also have this integrated with FoolCat. Now I'm going to talk more about this in a minute once I show you this transfer, because I think FoolCat is incredible. But anyway, so we have this as our sort of preset. Now, you'll notice when I add these down here, it creates when you click this on, I say, hey, I want a preset, flatten, right? And then I'm going to click transfer, and I got to do all of these so I can add all of them. Now, they're all going to transfer over, and once this is done, I'm going to show you what has happened. And actually, before I do that, I want to just explain what you just saw. That is, you saw you can see there's kind of a light blue and a dark blue, and sort of the dark blue is the actual data copying, and the light blue is the checksum. So it's saying like, hey, cool, I've checked all these, they're good to go, they're doing what they need to. And obviously these are green and these are done. So another cool thing that you can't see is I'm also using the Connect app, where I'm actually getting notifications when they're completed, or if they were to fail, I would get the notification. It would say, hey, just so you know, this did or didn't work. Okay, and just like that, we are done. So all of our transfers here have finished, and we can see that everything is completed. Now you can see that FoolCat over here is processing something, but we'll get into that in just a second. So if I go now to my folder, commercial, I put this in test, and in media, you can now see that all of our cards are here. But let's check out the mix pre, because we remember seeing that folder structure was kind of annoying. When we open up the mix pre, look at that. All we have is the one audio file that needed to get copied over. We also have this little file here, which I don't have this, but there's called checkpoint, which you can check these. So we don't need that, but let's go into Sony, because Sony is notorious for having a bunch of weird stuff. Look at that. It's just all of our files, this AVCHD thing, which I can't seem to get rid of, but whatever. And yeah, that's it. So it flattened it. Of course, there's our black magic footage right there. And it did it perfectly fine. Now, you might notice that there's a folder inside here called reports. And this is what FoolCat has done. And this is honestly incredible. So if you open this up, you can see there's report, A35, which is the card, and it says, today's date and the time. If we open this up, there's a HTML, there's a PDF, and there's a bunch of other stuff you can just kind of ignore. But this PDF is really interesting, so check this out. So when you open up this PDF, and I already added my logo, which is why this comes up. You can do this in FoolCat. It gives you a PDF breakdown of everything that you've just imported. So you have, of course, your logo, which you can set, the card. So in this case, it's A35. Obviously, if you had multiple, there'd be multiple. 12 clips, 9,229 frames, 6 minutes and 20 seconds with 39.2 gigabytes. Now, the coolest part is it shows you, first off, where this went. So it says, okay, volumes, public, which is our RAID, or our NAS, commercial, test, media. And it shows you all of the clip names, the type, the frames, how long it is, the gigabytes, the bit rate, the frame rate, one audio channel, and it sends 6 frames, which you can also customize this. And there's me doing a little test, and it shows you a PDF of everything. So that is amazing. It's all automatic. So, of course, if you go into FoolCat, I'll show you in the preferences, you can add things like your logo. You can change the report name. So use source name or label. That's what we're doing right now. You can add description or project or any of these types of things you'd like to do. Of course, you can add how many thumbnails per clip. So we did 6. Offset outer stills, so you can do that as well. PDF orientation, we have a portrait and dark mode. We have it saved to the FoolCat location, which is just wherever it's going to be. Group PDFs in the separate folders. And of course, you can save extra report on source. And How cool is this? You also have this HTML file, which opens up a web version of it. So, of course, you could do that too. But to me, where this is super handy is a few different use cases. You might be like, well, why would I need this? So the first one is just the organization of knowing exactly what you shot, especially if you're someone who is not shooting it. So if you have an editor, or maybe you're the editor and someone else is shooting it, to make these camera reports like this, you can sit down to a project and say, okay, let's say Zach shot this. I can say, all right, well, Zach shot all this footage. He shot all these shots. Okay, cool. These are really nice. And now I know what they're named and what's in those. Another great thing is using these for clients. So let's say you're hired out as a production team to shoot a bunch of B-roll. So you shoot a bunch of B-roll, and they say, hey, what did you shoot? Well, instead of sending them a bunch of clips or making proxies, you can send them this report and say, hey, this is everything we shot. What do you think? Or what clips do you want to use, or whatever that may be. And of course, if you're in production and you're on like a feature film or a short film, you can use this as a great way to show your editor, hey, this is everything we have. Hopefully your slate is either at the beginning or the end of the clip. Obviously, this is just averaging out the length. So, if it's 6 over a minute and 30, it's just spreading that out. But FoolCat is very, very cool. And I was like really impressed with this. I just think it's such a beneficial thing to have. It also looks really great. The fact that it's got our logo up here and the card and everything. It's like, this is just very high end to send to a client and say, hey, here's a PDF report of like everything we did. It's just a really great way to look very professional, but also be very well organized and just keep things focused on set. So between Hedge and FoolCat, it is just a really awesome workflow to be able to make sure that your footage is properly being copied and safe in whatever location or locations, and then to be able to keep a record of all those and generate these awesome reports that you can either use yourself or send to a client. It's just really, really handy, and I'm just honestly blown away by the two pieces of software and how they work so well together. I mean, they're owned by the same company, but again, I have nothing to do with these companies. I wish, because I love this software. I wish they would, let us use some of the other ones and maybe the other like checksum software and stuff. But I gotta say, as a whole, I've been super impressed. So if you're not using Hedge and FoolCat, it's kind of, I don't want to say it's pricey. It's $200 for the two of them. For a license. I don't think that's pricey at all for what it is, but obviously if you're just starting out or you're like a younger filmmaker, it's probably out of budget. But I would say the quicker that you can get to purchasing this software, the better. You could always do them separate. You could buy Hedge by itself and then buy FoolCat. Just in general, though, this is the single best way to copy footage over. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching. As always, if you have any questions about Hedge or FoolCat, let me know in the comments below, or any other interesting techniques or cool presets that you guys use. I'd love to know more about. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys later.